I asked um, I asked seconds ago if Bruce is going to be with us or not.
Yes, he is. He's just joined us.
Anyway, I'm a friend of Bruce.
Oh,
Many years ago, I was
cool.
talking with
Welcome.
him. I was talking with him earlier,
Yes,
and he invited me to come along.
that's great.
Yes.
You're more than
Yeah.
welcome. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in the islands of Samoa,
Oh, wow.
and but I live in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that's great.
far away from home.
Welcome here. There are some people who are still going to join us, but we're going to go ahead and start. Good
Okay.
evening, everyone, and welcome here to the safe place. Linda, welcome. Tonight we are here to welcome Marcelle. Marcelle is a Brazilian-born, American-raised girl that I've never met in person. As a matter of fact, she's married to my brother's best friend. Okay? And
Oh,
because of her husband,
oh,
I am happily married until today. It's been 18 years. Her husband helped me out with the paperwork so I could get married and stay in Belgium. So I think that's about
okay.
it. What we're going to do, we're going to start the session with Marcelle introduce herself. When you ask a question, you can just tell a little bit about yourself. So she knows who she's handling with, who are with us in English Brazil, who is just here for tonight, or like Linda, for instance, who's not from English Brazil. Introduce yourself a little bit, and then we can start with the questions, okay? Marcelle, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this for us. And please go ahead, introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you. My name is Marcelle. I'm 46 years old. I was born in São Paulo, and I now live in Florida with my two kids and husband. I've been in Florida for about 12, 13 years. Actually grew up in California in the Bay Area. So that's a little bit about myself. I work from home. I work in cybersecurity sales. I've been in software sales, cybersecurity sales for most of my career, roughly about 20 years.
Wow.
Wow, 20 years is a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I grew up in California. I went to high school there. I went to college there, and I got a computer science degree. So that's how I got into technology.
Cyber, cyber knowledge.
okay. I have so many questions already,
No,
but I'm going to let you guys go ahead and start. Who'd like to be the first one? Raise your hands or just go ahead and ask her.
well, since I'm probably the newest over here, so I'll do mine at the end, giving the honor, to all the people that I don't know.
Okay, no worries about it. I'm not going to let you guys wait so long. I'm just going to pick one of you. Oh, Bruce. Of
Yeah.
course.
Of
Bruce,
course,
please go
I can
ahead.
think of many questions.
There you go.
So,
Go ahead.
which school did you go to in California, the university?
I went to California East Bay, Cal State East Bay. It's in the Bay Area, and at the time when I went to that college, it was actually Cal State Hayward. So, but now they changed it to East Bay because everything's got to be the Bay there, and it's just a cool name.
So you're
Yeah.
working as a spy now, but for the good guys.
Uh, yeah. So. It's cybersecurity sales is actually pretty straightforward and simple. You're just trying to protect people from doing the things that they do every day. It's just really about
Wow.
knowing the software well, and that's everything else is handled by the technology really.
Which software package do you use?
So specifically, it's a multi-factor authentication software. The way it works is, when you log into your computer, you put in your username and password. A multi-factor authentication software requires additional factors. So not just the username and password, but maybe a fingerprint, maybe a card. So sometimes, facial authentication. So it's just adding additional factors. OTP, that's used, a one-time password is used, very frequently by banks and, financial institutions. So that's, that's pretty much what the software does.
Cool, cool. So is this proprietary software? Is that something you guys developed, or are you using a package from another company, a big company?
So HID, I work for a company called HID. They're a very large company. They're all over the world. I think it's a Swiss company. You're familiar with cards. Here, I'll show it to you. Hang on one second.
Oh, I'm gonna go start recording here, okay, guys?
No, it's already done.
Oh, it's already being recorded?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I did see that message, but I didn't catch it in my mind. Sorry.
One second. Let me get a card for you.
I think that now everybody's very curious about this
So
card.
Vladimir, welcome.
Oh yes, welcome.
Hi, Vladi.
So,
How are you,
Hello,
man?
hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot see it clearly.
Is it blank? A blank
It's just
card?
fine.
it's a blank card, yes, but
Okay.
it's a special card because it allows you to enter a facility with this card. So,
Okay.
you're very familiar with using a card, you tap and you get into a building, right? But
Right.
you use this very same card to authenticate a special, your person into a workstation, into a PC.
So you
it's
know
for-
when I go
it
into
has
your
dual-
building, huh?
Yeah. So it has dual use, and because it has dual use, it's something that not very many companies have. HID has been the company I work for has been selling these cards for a really long time for only physical access. Now, for logical access into a PC, it's something fairly new, and basically secures all types of computer workstations.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you have a very,
Yes.
very complicated job, Marcelle. For us, we're not that. I don't understand much about computers, so really got me there.
Mm.
Okay,
Very nice.
so do you have a
Yes,
question,
it's
lady?
fun.
Sandy,
Wow,
what
very
city
interesting.
what city did you study? What cities in California did you live before
I lived
moving
in-
to Florida?
Mm-hmm. So I grew up in California, in the Bay Area. I was in the Bay
Okay.
Area from when I was 13 till 26, and I lived in Redwood City. So Redwood City is
Mm.
about 45 minutes south of San Francisco. Most people know San Francisco.
Yeah.
So it's just about 45 minutes south of San Francisco. California has changed quite a bit since I left. It's so busy and crowded and expensive, but
Yeah.
California is home. I love California. That's where I grew up as a teenager, and I still, very fond of California. I like it better than Florida.
Yeah. I think that California changed a lot. I have been there 30 years ago, but I think
Yeah.
that people say that California changed a lot in the last few years. I don't know because the governors or because the politics, or I don't know. Well, but anyway, I think that, as you said, California became too expensive for living.
Yeah.
It's always been
Yeah.
expensive. Always.
Yeah.
Serious, man.
Yeah. I
It's
was
at
gonna
least,
say.
I would say it's probably at least 25% higher in price for almost everything in California.
Everything.
I mean,
everything.
for a gallon of milk, it's
Yeah.
25 cents more per gallon, you know, up and above the normal cost.
But
Something
are
like
the
that.
salaries higher as well, Marcelle? The salary are also
Yeah.
higher?
Yes, very much so. Uh-huh.
Very much
It's-
so. Oh,
Oh,
It
so now
is.
so now we know she works for a California company living in Florida. Oh, what a
and she's
smile.
making a lot of money, living high. Oh, do you know
Oh
the
my
expression? She's
God.
living high on the hog.
Very
High on the hog.
oh, very smart girl. She works at her office is at home, so
Yes,
Wow.
yes, I work from home.
But
Wow,
living
wow,
high
wow.
on the hog means that you're eating the best meats from the pig.
oh, there you go.
Yes.
New expression for you guys.
Yeah, and
For me as well.
I had not heard
Talking-
that one before.
Me neither.
That's from I'm from Michigan, where they have a lot of animals, hogs and cattle. You know, so
Okay.
I like to talk the farm talk. I'm from the farm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bruce, talking about hawks and stuff. Did you ever hunt?
Hunt, yes, just like Marcelle. She likes to hunt.
Yeah.
No
Ah,
hunting for me.
I
Oh,
wish
you like to
I-
go to the grocery store and buy your food. Somebody else kills the food.
I'm actually vegetarian, so I don't eat any.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been vegetarian since I was 17, so it's been
Wow, that's a long time. About
quite some
10
time.
years, right?
Yeah, it's actually very it's kind of the Californian in me, to be honest.
Are you a valley girl?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey girls, how's it going?
wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Bruce, I don't think Marcella knows who you are. I think it's important
don't.
for her to know who you
I'm
are.
actually-
You
my name
didn't
is Uncle
introduce
Bruce.
yourself at all.
I'm Uncle Bruce. My name is Uncle Bruce.
What else?
Because I'm older than you guys.
Uncle Bruce. Mm.
Yes,
Uncle-
Uncle
Uncle.
Bruce. But I was the one that started English Brazil. But I've
He's the
had so much
founder.
help with everybody. I mean, Renato's been with me almost, I think, from the start. From the start, man. You were here with me. Remember, we met in Santos. Almost that
Yeah,
area where you
yeah.
are now.
Yeah, I think that's where going.
How long has English Brazil been around?
We actually started in the year 2000.
Oh,
But
2000.
before that, we had English Munchers that I created. And then I let somebody have that because of some difficulties with relationships. Do you know that relationships can be hard?
oh yes. Oh, yes.
They can
A
be
lot of
very
work.
hard. So the partnership that I had with some other people that fizzled out. Another expression, fizzled out. It didn't continue. So we started English Brazil, and we've been now working together for about almost 3.5 years or 4
Okay.
years. Wow.
Yeah,
2000.
English Brazil, yeah.
Mhm. So anyway,
love
I'm
it.
the one that started this whole mess.
Uh-huh.
But it's a fun mess. It's a fun mess.
Yeah.
Bruce,
For sure.
Bruce, the problem is not the relationship. The problem is the people
Oh yeah, the people.
that comes with the relationship, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah, so the hard part, I have a life expression that says that the hardest thing in life is getting along with other people. But learn to do that and you will be blessed and you will bless others. Okay? So there's a
Wow.
positive side and the negative side it's the hardest thing because you can learn cybersecurity in period of time on your own, even by reading, watching YouTube. Okay. You can watch YouTube. But you can learn things technically. But when you need to do it with other people, that gets hard. It gets hard.
Yeah.
So That's
Sure.
not the easy part, but the good part is that you can help other people with your life, like you are doing right now, Marcelle. And Linda, you're going to
My
do.
pleasure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Daniel, you're going to do.
Oh, that's the reason why he's here.
Yeah, that's one
anyhow,
reason.
Caroline, I would like to ask a question, maybe?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The question I have is, what do you like most about living in Florida?
So Florida is beautiful. It's summer all year long. You don't feel much of the seasons. So it's always hot, and you know, all the lawns are beautiful, manicured and well kept, and you have the beautiful tall palm trees. It's just everywhere you look, everything is picture perfect. You know, the landscape and the you know, everything here is beautiful. So you have the beaches, and the water is warm, it's clean, it's you know, always accessible. It's not too crowded, and you know, I live maybe 10 minutes away from the beach, so it's,
Where do you live?
you know, I live in Palm Beach Gardens, so
Where's that?
that's roughly it's roughly about an hour and a half, an hour and a half north of Miami.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just south. It's about 2 hours south of Disney World. So everybody knows Orlando. It's about 2 hours south. So I'm between Miami and Orlando.
Well, I can put it in here. What is it again?
Palm Beach Gardens.
Palm Beach Garden.
Yeah. If you show some pictures, it's
Nice.
Here we go.
And Marcel, how often do you go to the beaches, and which one is your favorite?
so my favorite is Delray Beach, and it's about 30 minutes from my house, but there's another beach near my house which is about 10 minutes, and it's also beautiful too. It's just I have friends that live near Delray, and it's just nice to hang out at the beach with friends. So when I'm by myself, I go to the beach here, which is called, I forgot the name.
There's Juno Beach.
Juno Beach. Yes, Juno Beach.
Oh,
Thank you.
what? It's spot on, Bruce.
Well, that's kind of
I know
near
it's
where
starting
she
with a
lives.
J.
Adenilso, maybe, do you have a question?
Yeah, Marcel, I've been to Florida in 2019. This was the reason why I started learning English by myself. So we decided to go there. My cousin had been there before a lot of times, so he has a son who speaks English really well. So we are relying on him to go there, but like he gave up, and we decided to go anyway. Like me and my wife and our daughter, she was about to turn 15, and we decided to give her this present, even though she was 13. But I decided to learn English because that, you know. So let's go there. Let's rent a car. Let's start learning English by myself, and let's not rely on others to travel. It was a necessary evil, I would say, because he helped me a lot, and I'm so grateful because he gave up of this trip. So this is why we start. And then first time we got there, we went to Fort Lauderdale, and we arrived in Fort Lauderdale, and then I remember it had been like 6 months when I started learning English, and I didn't speak so well. I thought that I could, but I couldn't. So I got there in the airport to pick up the car, and I couldn't speak. So a woman tried to speak in Spanish, but Same thing, you know, terrible. And then I got this car, and then when I went outside, man, these signs, you know, all in miles and feet and yards, and of course, I changed my ways to English and to miles instead of kilometers. But yeah, I could get by, and then from there I drove to Miami Beach, South Beach, and there we stayed for one day, and next day I drove all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando. Like, it took almost 4 hours driving, but I
Wow.
was surprised because of the roads in Florida. There are there no ups and downs there, like a flat area and no curves in the highway. I said to myself, wow, this place is so flat, you know. I didn't find any ups and downs there. It's correct. The whole state of Florida is a flat state.
No, so as you drive
Well-
north, about an hour north of Orlando, you're going to find some hills. It's nothing really steep, but it's not as flat as South Florida. So South and Central Florida, everything is flat. There are no hills. But anything North Florida, you have some hills, and it's the landscape changes a little bit. The weather changes. It gets a little bit colder. You're able to feel the seasons a little bit too. So yeah, so just within Florida, you know, to cross the entire state, I think it's roughly about 7 hours from, you know, the Keys all the way to Jacksonville.
And zillions of lakes.
It's a 7-hour drive.
So many lakes in the state of Florida. A lot of lakes.
Yes. A lot of lakes, yes.
And a lot of alligators too.
Yeah.
A lot of alligators, yeah.
We went
I've actually
also-
never encountered an alligator.
Yeah.
I can't even, because some people say, oh my gosh, are you afraid of
Yeah.
alligators? You live in Florida. I've never encountered an alligator ever.
That's
A matter of fact, the first time I saw an alligator, it wasn't an alligator, it was a crocodile. It was in Florianopolis. So yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could fulfill my dream to see a rocket lifting off, you know.
Oh wow, Cape
We
Canaveral.
went to Cape Canaveral, and rocket had been launched, and it was 8 in the morning. So I thought I could see more close, but it was so distant, like 10 kilometers away. But it was a good experience.
Ooh.
A good experience, really, really great.
Right.
Sounded that you have a lot of experiences and from traveling. Is it Praga?
Oh, Adenilson.
Braga,
Adenilson.
Adenilson, Braga. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your English is very good as well, eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You speak very good English. Congratulations, young man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Very good English.
Thank you.
Wow.
And we are supposed to stay there for 12 days, but we end up like staying for 1 day more because our airplane had a problem when we are about to take off, and we spent like 3 hours inside an airplane. So they served our dinner, and then after serving our dinner, they said, "Oh, now no way to go today." It was supposed to take off like 7 in the evening. So we went, all the passengers went to Miami, and we stayed there at a hotel, by the way, fancy hotel.
Wow.
And then the next morning, I think 4 or 5 buses, it was necessary to take us to the airport.
Wow.
And we left next day, but it was a good experience. My wife is crazy to go back there. It was, I would say that was our best trip ever. Great
Yeah,
You
Florida's
are a
beautiful.
lucky girl living in Florida. By the way, Marcelle, did you say that you moved to United States when you were 13, all right?
Yes.
And why did you move to United States?
So my grandma lived here already. So she moved here in the 70s. And, you know, while my mom and dad were in Sao Paulo, I decided to just come live with her. So I moved here in 1991. I was 13 at the time. I moved to California, and I didn't know any English at the time. You know, but when you're young, it's easy to pick it up. And I think maybe, you know, within a year or so, you're already fluent. I went to high school and college in California.
Vladimir, would you like to ask a
Yeah.
question, maybe?
It's a coincidence, Marcel, that you have the name Laranjeira and you are in Florida.
Yes. Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's the citrus state. Yeah. A lot of,
how long-
if you drive north, you know, just as you're getting close to Orlando area, there's a lot of orange farms.
Did you
A lot of
change your name?
farming.
Did you change your name after getting married, Marcel?
No, I kept my last name. Yes. Yes, so
Yeah.
this is my maiden name. Marcelle Laranjeira
Uh-huh.
is my maiden name.
Yeah, okay.
You're
Okay.
putting a bunch of questions here, Uncle Bruce, but where I have to find out where they are.
They're in the chat.
I chat.
Oh, she's on her phone. That's why it's a little bit difficult.
Ah, sorry. I can ask you the first one. Okay.
Okay.
What is your intent for the next 5 years? Do you intend to stay in the US?
Yeah, I'll be here. So I have 2 kids. My daughter's 16 and my son's 15. My daughter's going to be a senior in high school, coming up in August. And after that, she's going to go to college. You know, there's a very high chance she's going to go to college in Florida. And then my son will probably do the same. So that being said, I'm here in Florida for the next, you know, 5 to 6 years. And after that, you know, I'll probably retire. And then, you know, I'll travel.
You're
my
way too
husband and
young to
I.
retire.
Ah, thank you.
You are.
I'm 46. I'm 46 years old.
Yeah,
So
but the
hopefully,
normal retirement age is 65, so you got a couple more years, huh?
yes, that is true. That is true.
Oh,
So,
really?
but you don't. Do you intend to come
in
back to
Belgium,
Brazil?
Bruce, in Belgium it's 67.
Well, that's because you guys have it so much better than we do. So you have to work a couple extra hours or a couple
Oh.
extra years. Yeah,
Do you
you
hear
get what you
that,
pay
Linda?
for. You get what you pay for. If you don't work, you don't get. So Marcelle, she's living in the United States. She can retire in the United States when she's 65, not 50.
Yeah, they might change the retirement age. Who knows?
Yeah, well, it's going to go up. It's going to go like
Yeah.
Belgium, 67.
It's going up. It's going up. Everywhere
Yeah.
is going up because of the life expectations is 67, I
Right,
think, in
right.
UK as well.
Yeah. So we'll see.
But it's not old. I mean, even I'm 67 now, and I don't feel old, thank God. But you know, I'm already retired, but I still work with English Brazil. That's my hobby.
Yeah.
That's my wife
Yeah.
calls it my hobby.
Your,
She
Yeah.
lives
your
in
baby.
Yeah.
Your baby.
Yeah, my baby. But I want to give my baby to somebody else. Let
And
somebody
that
else do the baby.
And that is keeping you
Adoption.
on your toes.
It is. Well, it's like another MBA. You know, I have an MBA, but it's like old, 2006. That's 18 years ago. The MBA is
2006.
not really valid for many
Wow.
areas like social media and all that stuff. I have to learn all that stuff again. Well, actually, period. Because when I was in the MBA program, that stuff didn't exist much. You know, email was okay. You're good. You got an email.
I think that
changed.
by the time that Bruce is ready to retire, it's not going to be a baby anymore. It's going to be a child. So then he's going to say, okay, you can go.
Yes.
English Brazil will understand you, your language.
Yes.
But it still we have some time to go, right?
Yeah, a little bit more time.
There you go. Vladimir, was that your question? Vladimir, was that your question?
No, it was just a comment, not a question, but yeah, I think I got.
So we can try Linda. Linda's been observing. Would you like to ask a
Yes.
question, maybe?
Oh, Linda, your mic.
Oh yeah. You
You're on mute.
Now you hear me,
There you go.
everybody?
Yes.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Marcel, I have a question. You have so beautiful hair. What do you special to keep it that way?
Oh, that's a
Thank
very
you.
good one.
Thank you. I was blessed with curly hair. I like my curly hair. So it's a process. You know, I wash my hair every 3 days or so, and then when I wash it, I put some product on it, and I blow dry it upside down with my head down like this. And when it's dry, I flip it over, and it gives it a lot of volume. And this is what you see here, you know.
Okay.
Because if I let it dry by itself, it doesn't get the volume. So that's
So what
how.
is the product? What is the secret product?
Do you want to use it, Bruce?
Well, yeah, look.
Yeah.
I have a
Well, I
little
think
body
that-
to my
Right.
hair.
I think that my hair and Bruce's hair are a little bit heavy. They escape from the head. Yeah,
I think
that's the difference.
if Carolina tries, maybe gonna get a different effect, Carolina.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see, you have this long hair as well.
Yes.
Yeah, who knows?
So what is the product name?
So it's a leave-in conditioner by Kinky Curly. It's called.
Kinky
It's a
Curly.
Kinky Curly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Kinky Curly girl.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the product, and
Kinky Curly.
it's a water-based product. So it has no oil, which means that it doesn't weigh my hair down, which allows for the volume.
Bruce.
With a Y. Kinky.
Oh, I don't know. Kinky Curly.
Wow.
But you know,
Marcelle,
the
Well-
word kinky means it's like it's not straight. It's a little bit
Coily,
not
yes.
straight. Yeah, a little
Yes.
curly you could be, but kinky is normally a negative thing, but you know, in this situation it's not so negative. It's actually good.
Well, I better start looking for kinky curly stuff out here.
Yeah, you can import it. It only costs you an arm and a leg.
Wow.
okay, Marcel, how many times have you have visited Brazil after you moved to US?
So I go about once a year.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I take my kids, my husband and I go. We take our kids. I think it's important for them to visit family and obviously learn the culture and the language. They're fluent in Portuguese. They can read and write. They every time we travel somewhere, like we go to Caldas Novas, we went to Florianópolis.
Falls Iguaçu.
We haven't been. But that's
Well,
that's
Daniel is inviting you. Daniel lives there.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yes, that's the next
He
one.
can be your
for
tour guide.
sure.
Oh, of course. That would be lovely.
Yes,
That would be
Yes.
lovely.
absolutely. So
Pretty sure if coming down by bus, Cascavel is between whatever way, São Paulo, all the way down to Foz, Curitiba, all the way down to Foz de Iguaçu. So, there's no escape. No escape. Oh,
Yeah.
Daniel, prepare that, what do you call, barbecue. We're coming, so it'll be lovely.
Yeah,
That'd be
Daniel lives in the city called Cascavel, and Cascavel in English is rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake.
It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, you must have a lot of rattlesnakes there, huh?
Quite a few. Never seen one over here, but you know, from the news, quite a few.
That's why I never want to go camping in Brazil. I used to go camping, okay, with a tent, sleeping bag. I said, not in Brazil, too many snakes.
I think Marcelle has to be very careful with this invitation then. Watch out.
Yeah.
Foz do Iguaçu is one of the natural wonders of the world.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
huge waterfall.
Beautiful
Huge.
place.
I've
Yeah.
been there. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So my next question, what are your favorite stores for groceries?
Oh, my very favorite grocery store is Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is a good
Trader
one.
Joe's. Yeah, you just can't go wrong. Everything you buy there is absolutely delicious.
And a lot of organics.
A lot of organic stuff. You know, I'm a vegetarian, so it's easy for me to shop. They have a lot of green organic stuff, like you said. It's the
And
produce
what about Costco?
tastes
What about
really
Costco?
good. You know, I don't cook much, so you know, buying from Costco, and I also try to avoid to buy like junk food and chips and all that stuff. So just Costco doesn't really have much of a need for me. Yes.
No
Well,
wonder.
Costco is more
wonder
like
we do.
Sam's Club, which is like big lots, you know, large quantities when you
Yeah.
get your discounts. But a lot of people like Costco in the United States.
Yes, yes, it's true. Every time you go to a Costco parking lot, it's full. And they also have a gas station.
Mhm.
And so my grandmother loves Costco, and check this out. So she lives in California. So I visit her, and obviously she's 90 years old. She doesn't drive to Costco herself anymore. So I went to her house, and she said, "Oh, you know, will you drive me to Costco?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So I drive her to Costco, we shop. It took so once we get out, I put the groceries in the car. It took me about 15 minutes to just be able to leave the parking space, because there were cars behind the car looking for parking space, but you know, they were all jammed. It was all, nobody could find parking space. It was just one car after the other.
Wow.
I couldn't even leave. I couldn't leave the parking space. So Costco is like this all the time. Busy, yeah. I mean, California in general is a little bit busier than Florida, but yeah, Costco is busy. I don't like busy. I like to be in and out very quickly. You know, I go to
Trader Joe's is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So Trader Joe's, I don't even get a cart. I just bring my bag, and I just put everything I need in there, and then just so it's easy to get in and out. So.
Are there any kind of food that you miss living in US?
Rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Yeah, rice and beans is easy to make. I miss the pizza from São Paulo. That's what I miss most. You can't get that here. You can't get it anywhere else in the world. It's the best pizza in the world.
São Paulo.
Yes. Famous for pizza.
Yeah.
And what about restaurants? What are your favorite restaurants? In like a chain restaurant that everybody would probably know if they traveled to the United States.
Okay.
McDonald's.
So, huh?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, no. I'm very particular with my food. I haven't had any McDonald's or any type of like fast food for as long as I can remember. I you know, like a chain restaurant I go to is Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah. It's
very popular here. There's one close to my house. There's PF Chang's, which is also like American Asian fusion type restaurant. It's pretty good. So those two
Okay.
are my favorite. And Cheesecake Factory is all American type food.
Yes.
They have a lot of fried stuff, a lot of yummy stuff. Everything there is really good.
And cheesecake.
And a lot of cheesecake. Yeah,
Cheesecake.
every cheesecake
Many types
flavor
of
you can
cheesecakes. I
think
mean,
of.
many flavors of cheesecake. I love that place.
Yeah, yeah.
People say that in Florida there is a big number of Latinos, and I think that's good to speak Spanish in besides English. What do you think about it?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. So I grew up in California. There's also a very a large Mexican community there. And here in Florida, you have Latin Americans from really everywhere, not just from Mexico. So yeah, I learned to speak Spanish growing up here. So for sure, there's a huge Latin influence.
Yeah.
Cool.
Marcelle, can your children also speak Spanish?
So they take Spanish at school. They've been taking it for several years. They're very good at it. Yes.
And for a Brazilian who'd like to live in Florida, would they be able to just live in Florida without speaking any English? What do you think?
Yeah, they can. There's a huge
Absolutely.
Brazilian community in Pompano Beach, in Deerfield Beach, and there are all kinds of businesses. There's Brazilian grocery stores, Brazilian restaurants. You know, you can be employed and not really need to speak English. So yeah, there are several people that, you know, from Brazil that come here that never learn to speak English. The celebrate Brazilian holidays. Yeah, I mean, trying to figure out like which Brazilian holiday that is. They don't have
Tiradentes.
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 I would like to celebrate, take time off work. So I pretty much go by American holidays. What do you think about Brazilian restaurants? Oh, the Brazilian restaurants here are pretty good. So there are none near my house. There's the closest Brazilian restaurant to my house is about 45 minutes away. But the food is really good. No, it's not expensive. It's like a buffet type where, you know, by the pound, you know, not kilo, but it's by the pound.
Really?
And it's yeah, it's
They don't
reasonably
come to the
priced.
table with endless meats?
Yes, there's churrascaria. There's so for some reason churrascarias don't seem to take off really well here. Again, so a churrascaria, the closest one to my house is about 45 minutes. It's very expensive. You know, just so you have an idea, the last time I went to a churrascaria, it was for my son's birthday. We were 5 of us, and we spent almost $600. It's really expensive. Yeah, it's
that's 3,000 reais. 3,000 reais for a dinner.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Woo.
It's expensive. I mean,
I would
so
say
there,
so.
yeah.
How much money do you think that's necessary to have a how can I say a regular life in your place nowadays? You have to pay. Suppose that you have to pay rent and
Yeah.
having
So
a car,
to live
maybe.
yeah, right. To live a reasonably comfortable life, you would need roughly, as a family, at least $100,000 a year. How much is that? You know,
That's only $500,000 reais.
yeah, it's so life. So when growing up in California, when I first moved there in 1991, things were accessible. Like, you know, houses weren't priced starting at $1 million for like a 2-bedroom house. By the time I left California in 2006, you couldn't buy, you couldn't afford anything for less than $1 million. And coincidentally, I moved to Florida in 2009 in the middle of the recession, and you could buy a house, a very nice house, maybe a 2-3 bedroom house for not even $100,000. And today, that very same house is about $500,000. So
Dollars.
$500,000, correct? $500,000.
Yeah.
So, it's the cost of living in Florida has skyrocketed. Obviously after COVID, it became more expensive, but it was already going up. So it's actually, it's very expensive to live here now. It didn't used to be that way. When I first moved here, 2009, it was very affordable, but it's no longer like that. And California is the same thing. For different reasons, but yeah, the cost of living has gone up significantly, and it's pretty much across the board in the entire country.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's my
Daniel,
favorite.
did you get ready for a question? We have 10 more minutes, and you told us you'd like to ask a question by the end of the section.
No. I understood that it was to introduce ourselves. So then I thought, I'll do my part later on. But then, as we went by, I recognized that this has nothing to do with introducing ourselves. So
Just for a moment, just the initial moments.
yeah. No, not a question. I was curious according to Prue's invitation. So I thought, I'll just pop by and see, how is it like, and yeah. So probably you guys have the same faces every Wednesdays, 5
No.
p.m.
No.
What a pity. Because yeah, probably some of you will see me very often. Yeah.
Cool.
That's good to hear.
Simone, I just wanted to just before we close down, we also have a very close friend after working with her many years in the university, and that she today lives in here in Brazil, but far away from us. She lives in Rio, and she's from Belgium. So
wonderful.
she's very keen
Well,
on.
Simone probably knows her because they were neighbors in the past.
Most probably.
Simone knows
Yeah?
everybody.
We know
Yes,
her,
Simone
right?
knows everybody.
Linda Nari, you should know her.
Yeah, she. Well, I introduced her to a friend, a Brazilian friend, and later on, they, got involved in love, and today, a very beautiful couple. So I was going to say that not only live in Rio, but very keen to come on board as one of our teachers.
Oh, that's
So,
great to hear.
yeah. So probably either English or Dutch, since she understands a lot of. She actually lived, most of her life in England, where she went to uni and high school. So, yeah.
So her English must be good. Okay, that's great
Oh,
to
of course.
hear. Carolina, Vladimir, Adnilson. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep talking. We should not just ask
I
questions.
have some more questions.
Yeah, one question that I had is the one that Bruce put in the chat about Brazilian food. What is your favorite Brazilian food, Marcelle?
Pizza. Pizza, for sure.
It's the pizza, really. The pizza from Sao
Well,
Paulo.
from Sao Paulo, you know.
The
You know,
pizza from
Marcel,
Sao Paulo is outstanding. Yes.
you know, Marcel, I don't
Yes.
want to make you envy, but there is 2 slices of pizza waiting for me when we finish here in 10 minutes.
Oh,
What is the flavor?
goodness.
What is the
My
flavor?
goodness.
My brother bought, so one was Portuguese and the other one was tuna, with
Margarita.
tuna. No,
Tuna.
tuna.
I don't
Oh,
like tuna. My
yeah.
wife loves
Yes.
tuna, but it's like,
Yeah.
no.
I normally would ask chicken with catupiry, and that's my
Yes.
favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And
Wow,
now,
wow.
Marcel, do you drive a Porsche?
I do not. I do not.
Uh-huh.
No.
Or a
Yes, I drive
BMW
a
or a
Lexus.
Mercedes?
I drive a Lexus.
A Lexus.
It's a,
Oh,
it's a
that's
hybrid.
like an
It's a
American. No,
hybrid
that's a
Lexus.
Japanese Mercedes.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow,
I
wow,
would
wow.
say like here in Europe, we have more of this brands like Porsche, BMW, but in
Mhm.
the USA, when I think about the USA, I think about these trucks, like from Ford
Oh.
or
Pickup
Chevrolet,
trucks, yeah.
pickup trucks.
Hummers.
So which are the
Yeah.
brands then? Because I don't even know out of my mind. Like here in Belgium, we have from Ford brands, like these pickup trucks. But
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yes, you do. You have Ford. You have GMC. You
oh
have
yeah, GMC.
yes.
I remember that.
You have
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
Well, every
Yeah.
redneck needs a pickup truck. Every redneck
Yes.
needs a pickup truck.
What about the electrical cars, Marcel? And
Oh,
do you think that it's a fashion? It's something that's happening? What's your idea about it?
So I drive a hybrid car, and I've driven hybrids pretty much, since they came out. And my daughter drives an electric car by
how old is your
Volkswagen.
daughter?
She's 16.
And she's driving a car?
Yes.
Wow. See, that's the way it is in the United States. 16. I was driving at 15.
Oh my gosh! Thank God
Oh.
she drives. Yes, it's actually very convenient because nothing here is close by. So, I find myself picking up and dropping off the kids all
You're a
day, every
taxi
day.
driver.
Not anymore.
Yeah, she's been driving for almost a year now, and it's very
Cool.
convenient for me. Yeah, so she
Great.
drives an electric car, and my husband drives an electric van. So he works in construction, and he drives an electric van. I personally think it's here to stay. I think it's the way of the future. When electric cars first came out, you had a range of possibly not even 100 miles to the charge. Yeah, hydrogen, yes. So, and now you have, the electric vehicles that, go up to 300 miles to a charge or 400 miles to a charge, which is pretty significant. So I think the technology is improving. It's much cheaper because you don't have to pay for gas. Gas is expensive. The cost to charge your car, you can charge here for free. If you go to like a station that's provided by the government, you can charge it for free. But even the cost of charging it at home, is way cheaper than if you were to pay for gas, right? So you end up, the money that you spend in gas on a vehicle, you save, you're able to pay for your insurance and possibly the car payment itself. So it's a no-brainer, in my opinion.
You guys understand that? No brainer. It's like Duh.
No brainer.
Yeah, Americans use a lot of phrasal verbs, we call it. Okay, where you have
Yeah.
2-3 words that represent one idea, but it's connected to a verb. So this idea of having a hybrid, I think, is excellent because you can buy gas, but you don't use
Yeah.
gas all the time. It just uses it sometimes.
Yeah, it does
You don't
about
need
15 miles to the gallon, so it's very it's very economic because it doesn't spend a lot of gas. It does about 15 miles to the gallon. Well, actually, if you consider the cars in Brazil, maybe 50 miles to the gallon is not very good. But it's a big, heavy car. So 50 miles to the gallon is pretty good. It's not a small car.
50, right?
50,
Yeah,
yes.
50.
50 miles per gallon is excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we just ran out of time.
No.
Marcelle, it's been really so much fun. I hope you also had fun with us.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed myself.
Linda,
Thank you for having me.
yes, it was a pleasure. And then Linda, you have also the idea on how it's going to be a session tomorrow. Well,
Jenny,
if
you
you're
understand?
interested, you can
Yes.
also come and meet Linda tomorrow at 4 p.m. Brazilian time. I don't know exactly what time it's going to be in the USA. In Florida, what time is it now in Florida?
Tomorrow,
here's 11
now
p.m.
it's
Right now?
5 p.m. Yeah,
Mhm.
5 p.m.
So
I
just
don't know
1
if I'm
hour
going to
difference.
participate tomorrow because I'm going to Minas Gerais, and I hope, but if I have a chance, I'm going to join the group. Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good to hear, Renato. Anyhow, you have a
Yeah.
safe trip, and I hope
Yeah,
to
I
see
hope.
you soon. For the rest,
Yeah.
once again, Marcelle, I hope this was the first time of the many times that you're gonna join us with this.
Absolutely.
This project is something that's gonna go on for a while. So thank you so much. And for the
Absolutely.
rest,
Thank you for
guys,
having
I
me. I
see you
look
all
forward to our
tomorrow.
next sessions.
Great. For the rest, guys, I see you tomorrow or very soon. Thank you so much, and you all have a good evening.
Thank you, Marcelle.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good
Bye.
one.
Thank you,
Bye.
Marcelle.
And thank you, Simone.